Mikey Mike Probosi back in the Money Players podcast, another Assiniboia Downs show, and came so close to that pick four last week that I brought Jackson Muniz back. So a lot of good ideas for you, and the pick four paid very well last week. Jackson, welcome back. Maybe we can figure it out together this week.
Yeah, let's hope. I was pretty happy with our results yesterday. I know we didn't connect the dots, or last week, I should say. I know we didn't connect the dots, but like you said, we had a lot of good ideas, a couple prices in there, and then we can pick up where we left off with that momentum into this Tuesday.
Tuesday, Assiniboia, they're back to 3 days a week now in June. They raced yesterday. We're recording this early Tuesday here, and for Tuesday night's card. And they had a huge pick four pool last night, over 100,000. Last Wednesday, the day that we worked on, they had over 140,000 in that late pick four. So plenty of money to shoot for. I know they have a 50,000 guarantee. No need to worry. They're not even getting anywhere near that. Now they might be bumping that guarantee to 75, maybe 100, the way things are going at Assiniboia. 8:30 Eastern, they start. Pick four begins and race number four at 9:50 Eastern time, $1 minimum. We talked about that last week, how much we appreciate the higher minimums for the horse players. We appreciate these big pools. Jackson, we're going to start race number four, state bred maiden specials. These are Manitoba breds. Tricky races. They're going 5.5. How are we going to kick it off?
Yeah, I mean, the one is way the horse to beat, right? Come out of open company maiden special weight races and just run very well in them and earn plenty of numbers that make her the one to beat. But it's not like they're significantly faster than a horse like the 5. 2 left to load is going to be a much bigger price, and really is only a point or two slower on buyer at least. And she's one that is a 3-year-old, so she arguably has a higher upside. And I do like seeing horses come back from 2 to 3. They run a career top. That's a good sign to me that they've maybe taken a step forward. And that was just her first start of the year. She probably can take another step forward in here too. I think she probably won the post draw. So I want to go with the higher upside horse at a better price. So I'm going to be single A to the 5 here, 2 left to low, trying to beat that one horse. Because it is the first race of the sequence, I'm a little curious to see how the 6 and 7 take some money. Just going to check out the tote board on that one. But as of right now, just going to be all in on the 5 to start us off.
I like the 5 also as a top pick here. And 2 left to load, returned from the bench and lost to a first timer that was very well meant first time out there back on May the 20th. That one went sub even money to win. But this horse raced really well. Tried some state bred stakes last year. So was in pretty tough as a 2-year-old. Comes back at 3, seems to be improved. And I do think the barn's going pretty well. They're 23% so far. I like that one. The 2 raced in that same race last time, Mini Glazed Donuts. Raced okay. Came from off the pace. Was 38-1 in there. So not much was expected. If you look at the lines from last year at 2, didn't race very well. Was beaten double digits in all 3 starts, but returned pretty well, I thought, and ended up 3rd in there. Maybe could be taking that step from 2 to 3. So I think that's the likely alternative in there. Now, the one, like you mentioned, is even money morning line, but is 0 for 8 maiden, is a 4-year-old filly here. And, wasn't that great at Woodbine. Showed up at Assiniboia last year, showed a lot of speed and raced okay, but came back and, sort of dwelt in the gate. Now, did that cause this one's problem? Had the 10-pound bug there. Now you go to one of the top riders at the track. I would imagine the 1 will take plenty of money in this race. But if you can beat this one, similar to last night, they got a price in that first leg of the pick 4. Ended up paying very well. So we'll look to upset that one, leg 1, tonight, Tuesday at Assiniboia, late pick 4, starting in race number 4. Go to race 5 now, and it's $5,500 claimers for fillies and mares, going 5.5 furlongs again. Jackson, the 3... Stevie Wonder Girl, 9 to 5 morning line. Another favorite I was maybe looking to take down in here. The 6 will probably be similarly bet. The 6 is Load Abroad. 6 to 5 morning line galloped back on May the 13th here for $5,500. And I do think that this horse plays very well at this level. Has the right post again. Should be outside speed. Was claimed last year. They waited. Got a good result on the return. But I want to use the 5 happy hour also. 8-1 morning line, and chased half in the wrapper last time back on May 20th. That's a really nice horse on this circuit. Did all the dirty work trying to chase and then tired there. That was for $7,500. Now you get a slight drop. You get a little increase in distance. I think this horse could get the right trip, and you're going to get paid if this horse can find a way to beat these 2 favorites. So what say you in here?
Yeah, I echo everything you said about the 5. She's going to be my top pick in here. seems like a lot of these horses, especially both of the favorites, kind of want that stalking trip. I don't think either of them really want to be on the lead. So I think there's a real chance that the 5 Happy Hour can get loose in this spot. And if she does, she can take this field a really long way. Last time was pretty preppy. Was in for the tag, didn't make the lead, didn't run great, but has plenty of numbers last year that can put her right there. So I'm going to use a lot of 5s in my tickets. I'm going to try to beat the 6, I think, in this spot. I'm going to press up the 5 a lot. I'm going to use the 3 more as a backup. I think the 6 might not have as easy of a trip as last time. She just stalked a slow pace on the outside. She's got another speed horse to her outside, Adams Creed, who wants that same trip. So I don't think she'll have as easy of a going of it. I think the 3 Stevie Wonder Girl is one I want a little bit more. Another one that was in for the claiming waiver last time. It ran well against a tougher group, dropping in for a much cheaper tag, and I think we'll see improved effort out of her. So going to press up the 5 in here. Going to use the 3 more as a backup, but really hoping to get the 5 home, get a lot of separation from the group and from the pack in this big 4 sequence.
Yeah, hopefully the 5 gets the right trip there. The 3, I mean, I get that one and could, gets a similar drop there. I just thought maybe fell into that second place finish last time. It was a short field, only 4 horses in that race. So we'll see. That horse is certainly going to take money and does fit. But won for the last couple years there. So we'll see what that one does in race number 5 here on Tuesday. Go to race 6, and it's a listed stake type race going 5 furlongs. Jackson, this is a lot of these horses raced against each other back on May the 13th here at Assiniboia in an optional claiming type line. Who gets the best in this spot?
Yeah, definitely went back and watched that replay because, like you said, there's 5 horses coming out of that one. Salsa D is obviously the obvious horse. This was a horse last year was second to the Chosen Rod by only a couple lengths. What would the Chosen Rod be in this race? But because of that, he's going to be super short in the pick 4. I mean, he's going to be on every single ticket. He's speedy. I think this is one you want to try to beat against his group because his last, his form in 2025 doesn't really give him any edge over this field. And watching that last replay, I didn't really see any big excuse. I mean, he got the lead and he was on the inside and he just got ran down late and he was third best at 4 to 5. I think that's one you're supposed to try to beat, especially since he's going to be on every single ticket. I do think the winner out of that race, Brody Streak, is one you want to use. I mean, that was a pretty legit race. I didn't really see any crazy trips in that one, and he ran them all down in that spot. And I don't see why he can't do that again in here. Second start off the bench, he's supposed to get another setup in here. There's plenty of speed to set it up for him, so I'm going to use that one probably on top. And then I'm also going to use the 7, Jeff Fafa, also coming out of the same race. I think if anyone had a rough trip in that common race, it was him. Kind of in this tough spot, dueling in between rivals the whole time. Was never super comfortable in there. Came back about a week later and had a much better trip, just stalking the outside, one going away. Got a really strong number for that performance too. So, and I think he's supposed to get a good trip on the outside again today, just getting that same stalking from the outside trip. So I'm going to use those 2, trying to beat the favorite Salsa D in this spot.
Yeah, I agree. Similar horses for me. I like Jeff Fafa in here and came off the bench. Took a little bit of money there. Just didn't get his trip. I agree with you totally. And then they were right back in on May the 21st. And this horse galloped. There was really no reason. And he faced 2 really nice horses, Exacting, Blazing Bow, exceptional horses on this circuit. This horse has 5 wins at this racetrack. He's going to be outside the favorite here. Probably is going to try to get that right stalking trip and be able to get the jump on that one. I don't like horses that can open up big leads and end up losing late. And that was a big lead that Salsa D had there on May the 13th. And somehow he just fell apart late. Now, he shipped up. I mean, there are circumstances, and he does have class. He was less than even money in that race for a reason. And I understand him, and he could bounce back and win this race. But I'm going to try others. And I agree on the 1. I thought Brody Street raced very well in there, just kept coming and grinding. And now, he's going to get a very similar type race here, I think. They're going to be speed up front. He actually might even have a better time of it, especially if the 7 can pressure the 3 early. So that could set it up for a horse like him. And the 4 Upstriker, I thought raced very well in there also. Came from off the pace and just got ground down late there by Brody Streak. But he was right there on the wire for a barn that's doing exceptionally well. 33% so far. So I'd be 3 deep in here trying to beat the 2. I'd be the 7. I'd be the 4. I'd be the 1 there. Race number 6 tonight at Assiniboia. Jump to race 7 to finish up 7,500 claimers. They're going 6 furlongs. Jackson, a really nice race here. How are we going to get paid?
Yeah, I think you got to make a decision in this race. I think the 2 favorites are kind of obvious in here. Not a whole lot of speed. They look like they're going to get the run of the race, but I really don't want to use both. You're just sacrificing so much equity using both. I think I'm going to try Designated Hitter. I think he just kind of won this at the post draw. And watching that last replay where he and Gallon Oak both come out of the same race, I just think he's going to get pretty much the exact same trip they had last time. And so is Gallon Oak. When Gallon Oak was just kind of stuck on the rail, he's stuck on the rail again today. So hoping the outside draw does, outside of Gallon Oak, I should say, does designated hitter some good. He can just stock the pace again as he did last time and get the run of the race. I think I'm just going to use him, press him up quite a bit, and then deep back up, I'm going to use the seven, ride him as the only other real speed horse in the race. This horse has done really good work at this distance. He's never been out of the exacta in 5 starts, making his first start of the year, gets the bug, comes in protected for this spot. I think he's a little interesting as a deep backup.
Yeah, you got your bug boy to get that first win last week. So that was a really nice pick there on Totalizer with your single. So he's right back in here, and not a bad look on that one. I agree on designated hitter. I really liked that race last time, especially, since this horse was getting the dirt, and that's something that he's really not used to. I thought he raced very well. Got after the favorite early, was outside, and then ground out a nice win, was going away late. I do think this horse can improve off of that. So definite top pick for me. The only other horse I thought could maybe have a chance, here's a 9, Life's Adventure, 5-1 morning line here. And was racing at Century and had some decent races over there back in the fall, has shown speed in the past, but has the ability to stalk, has a win over the racetrack. Also, if you look back to August of last year, was able to win from a similar spot, had the 9 post in a similar type race, and that was a 3 Life. These are tougher horses, but this horse has raced in better spots since then. You get the sharp barn here. Also, I do think that this one plays well in a race that maybe that outside stalking speed type trip could work. He should be outside the 4 in this race, and we'll see what happens. But I think it's the 4 and the 9, but definitely, like you said, heavy on the 4 here, getting to the dirt again. I do think that this horse is bred for that and can win, and hopefully win well, race number 7 to finish out that pick 4. While Jackson, I'm not sure that the tickets that we're giving out here necessarily are going to make you rich, but that $1 minimum, you can press up some of these combinations. This sequence, I think, should pay well enough to definitely get involved. And we like similar horses here on Tuesday.
Yeah, and you and I were talking a little bit off air. I mean, this isn't a sequence, like you said, I don't think you're going to get rich on it, but you press it up a few times. You're not spending a whole lot of money to do it. And if you connect the dots, it's still going to pay really well. And, if you miss a leg or two, no big deal. You're only spending a few dollars to do it. So these are the ones I like. I don't like the big spready tickets where you really hope to connect the dots on some bombers. I like the ones you can press up a lot and you're not spending as much to do it. So this is one I'm definitely interested in. Gonna be exciting to play tonight, Tuesday night,
Assiniboia, and it continues to roll on. Remember, they've added Mondays. We got low takeouts in all of these bets. So you got some rolling doubles. You have some high fives. You have this $1 pick 4. So there's so many options for Assiniboia. The pools are sharp. The horses are, familiar there. So jump into Assiniboia for Tuesday night. This has been a production of In the Money Media. We appreciate Jackson's Belmont week. He's going to be doing his show again on America's Best Racing. He was able to have me on this past week, and we have a lot of fun. So Jackson, when's your show Saturday?
I believe we're starting at 12 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. So we're going to go for a few hours again. I think we're going through the Belmont, I believe. Going to have a lot of guests on again. Hoping we can get you back on. PTF will be on, I believe. Matt Miller, Howard Crowds again. A lot of people come on. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great day of racing, too. The Saturday card is obviously phenomenal. So really looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, check Jackson out on America's Best Racing. They do phenomenal work, and it's really fun to be a part of those shows. Check out the network YouTube channel. There's going to be plenty of coverage. Check out In the Money Plus if you want your New York covered. Lots of plus coverage, extra coverage on In the Money Plus this week for everything going on in the Belmont. But get in on Assiniboia first. Tuesday night, June 3rd. Get that late pick 4. We'll see you guys next time.